Guys, team of the season has arrived, so get your coins at FIFAcoin.com. They're gonna have big sales, amazing things going on. You can also get FIFA mobile coins on here. Use Fangs for a 5% discount. I'll have a link in the description down below. Hey guys, how's it going? It is Fangs and welcome to a Q&A we're going to be doing on my channel here today. So this Q&A is going to be a little bit based off of the biggest life event that I've had recently, and that is obviously the birth of my son Rook. So came 2 weeks early, which was kind of crazy. I was not expecting it whatsoever. I haven't really told the birth story. You would have seen what happened if you watch my vlog or if you watch FUBI, which is usually a vlog channel that I upload on, but I've been very slow about that because my whole transition into being a mom and to making YouTube videos has been kind of crazy. My husband works, and so I have to be able to take care of him. I've been getting help from my mother-in-law and from my mom and trying to figure it all out, and it's just been wild. But anyway, so what happened before you do any of the question and answers is I went to Taco Bueno that day, and right after I did that, like I sat there with Doobie and I told him, like, you know what, it would be so bad if I go into labor right now because I just had Taco Bueno, and obviously it's like 2 jokes. We don't want to talk about that, but it's 2 jokes. And so it ended up happening not even like 45 minutes later. It did. I made this whole thing like, I can't wait for him to get here. It was my 38-week belly bump update that I did on my FUBI channel, and then boom, my water broke whenever I was in bed watching Blood Diamond, of all things. My water broke when I was in bed, and I got up. Thankfully I got up and was able to get to where it didn't make a big problem happen. Went into labor, had a 13-hour labor, which was not bad at all because I had an epidural, so I couldn't feel my legs or anything the whole time, and then ended up having him 30 minutes after that. So it was like a pretty good experience. I didn't have a bad labor at all, but you guys have some questions about what happened then and what happened after, and I'm gonna answer those here on my channel today. I might do like a whole detailed labor story. If you want to see that, or if you want to hear like step by step all of it, put #labor in the comments down below. I know it's not that interesting to some people, but some people it is. Anyway, I'm going to answer some of these questions. If I didn't get to yours, it's going to be from Twitter and from YouTube. I'm sorry, maybe I'll be able to get to them in the future. Let's go ahead and let's get started with this Q&A. How does it feel not to have a bump? Also, how is motherhood so far? Are y'all doing okay? Would you do it all again? So not having a bump is actually pretty crazy. Because I got a stomach bug right after I left the hospital, I don't know where I got it from. We kind of feel like I got it from the pediatrician. I lost almost all of my weight. Like, I weighed 145 pounds before, and I weigh 150 pounds now, which is crazy because I was all the way up to almost 180 whenever he was born. So my bump is like no more pretty much at all. Like, there is kind of a little bit you can see, but it's not very much at all. I can probably try to show you, but it's like barely anything, which is kind of crazy, but that is just what happened. I don't know. It was a pretty crazy experience. Motherhood so far has been a little bit difficult, I would say, just because I'm not used to the getting up and doing all this stuff, and you have this person that relies on you, and it's actually very like, it makes you anxious and very stressful, and that's something that I might bring up in a video here like later when it comes to all the stuff that comes with that. But it's also been amazing at the same time, and it's like a new learning experience every day, and you have this being that loves you and you love that being, and it's just like crazy. And the things that they do, they had, whenever he first came out, they did this like chest to chest or skin to skin thing, and they just plop him right on your chest, and for an hour he just sits there, and it's like this bond and this craziness that is just out of this world. So that has just been awesome. Would I do it again? After this, if it had to do with him, yes. If I was gonna do it all again to have him, yes. Will I have any other kids in the future? I am not so sure because of the after effect that it does to your body after, like everything that you have to go through. You don't even think about, you just think of giving birth and how terrible that's gonna be, and then you don't realize what happens to your body after and all the other things you have to go through, which I will not get into on this channel. But yeah, I don't know. I might do it again. I probably will stick to having 1 kid. Were you able to walk properly because many moms couldn't? That's kind of an interesting question, but it's also a really good question, so I'm gonna answer it. No, you can't. Whenever, like, I couldn't even walk for like the first 2 or 3 days, period. I was in the hospital, and someone had to help me get out of bed, and someone had to help me use the restroom, and someone had to help me take a shower. Like, I couldn't walk properly at all. I still do not walk properly at this moment. Like, well, we're almost 2 weeks later. We have, on Thursday will be his 2-week pediatrician appointment. I still can't. Like, I'm still having problems with it, and that's just what comes with it. It'll go away, you'll heal, it takes a little bit of time. That's one of those things though
that I didn't really think about or didn't really know about, and then it just came, so it was crazy. But no, you can't really walk that properly. What is Rook's middle name, and how did you come up with the name Rook? So his middle name is James, and James is my father's name, and James was my father's uncle's name. It's a family name, but it also is on Will's side. There's a lot of James on his side too. And then Rook is actually a nickname. That's not his actual name. His name is Brooks, B-R-O-O-K-S, but Rook is just short for it. Brooks is another family name. It's Will's middle name, and it's just like, we didn't want to like mix a bunch of stuff up with other family members who have the name, so Rook is just short for it. So that's the short name. What is the weight of Rook when he is born? Rook weighed a big whopping. When he came out, by the way, I was like, oh my god, he's a tiny baby. He's not even that big. And then my doctor looked at me and was like, are you crazy? He was 8 pounds 11 ounces. So he was pushing on the edge of being 9 pounds, and I was just so out of it. And because you have an epidural, you can't feel it. I didn't even like think anything of it, but he was a pretty large baby. He ended up they lose weight. So he went down to 8 pounds 7 ounces, but he eats so much right now. Like every 3 hours he has 4 ounces of milk. So I think by the time we go to our 2-week appointment, he's probably gonna be back to his weight or probably well over it. Are you going to make a family channel? I kind of do already have a family channel, but I'm starting to try to figure out how I'm gonna run that at the same time that I run Fangs and Fangs Says. Now at this point, it's obviously new. He's new and I have to take care of him because, you know, for the first like 3 or 4 months, they need you and they need you to be there. So it's gonna be, my channels are gonna be very interesting, but I'm gonna focus mainly on Fangs when that happens. I'm gonna try to maybe push Fubi in there, or maybe at one point I'll try to just mold where Fubi becomes Fangs, and Fangs is a family channel and also a FIFA channel. I don't really know how it's gonna work. I mean, if you guys wanna let me know how you would like that, if you saw like some Fang or some Fubi type vlogs where it's my family, where it's me, Will, and Rook, or you saw some FIFA on top of that, if you'd like that, where it's just a mixture of vlogging and FIFA, let me know that in the comments down below. Or if you don't think that would work, let me know that as well. But that's just something that I've been like, I'm having to go through my mind, having to figure it out. I usually run 3 channels, I stream, I just don't have time for that right now. I will once I'm able to, you know, get like a nanny and all that kind of stuff to help me. But for now, I'm just kind of like trying to focus on this channel right here. Did you have a natural birth without an epidural or with? How did it go overall? So I kind of explained a little bit how it went overall. I did not have a natural birth. I have no idea how a person can possibly have a natural birth. And I know people do it all the time. I know that that's like a huge thing and people are all about it, but I cannot imagine having that. They told me whenever I got there, they said, you know what? You can have an epidural right when you get here, but we want you to try to feel like maybe 2 or 3 contractions so you know where the pressure is. And after the 3rd contraction, I was like, no, I'm done here. Give me the epidural. I don't care how bad it like hurts for you to stab me in the back with whatever they stabbed me with. I just wanted it to not feel, because it was the worst pain ever. Like the contractions were terrible, and I wasn't even into the nitty-gritty where they were happening every 2 minutes. They were happening like every 10 or 15, I think 10, like every 10 minutes or something like that. So I did not do natural, and overall I think it was a better experience because of that. Like I was happier, I got to sleep a little bit throughout the night. It was kind of hard to sleep while I was waiting to like get dilated or whatever they call it, because my legs were so numb that I wanted to move them, but I couldn't move them. Like it was really awkward, but it was a very good experience not doing it naturally. Does Rook cry at night? Rook cries not that much actually, when I think about it. He doesn't cry a ton. Like he will, he doesn't like getting his diaper changed. He gets really fussy whenever that happens. But for the most part, he's a pretty happy baby. He's pretty happy-go-lucky. As long as you give him his bottle, you change the diaper, which once he gets past that, he's over it. And he's just a clean guy. He's happy to like just go. Like he likes to chill. Now at night, he obviously does cry, but that's only whenever like he's waking up and he obviously wants to be fed. And so you're gonna hear crying, but we don't hear it that often, to be honest. Every now and then he'll have a breakdown because he's like, so far he gets like constipated or something like that happens. But for the most part, he doesn't cry a ton just yet, and he didn't very much in the hospital. I think he's a really good baby. First of all, congratulations on your birth. My question is, as first-time parents, yourself and Will, would you say you're relishing the challenge of feeling quite nervous about raising Rook? This is an interesting question. So whenever I was pregnant, I never thought of all the things that come with having a child. I just didn't. Like I was like a 16 and pregnant type of girl. I was like, this is gonna be so easy. It's gonna be so great. We're gonna have this baby and it's gonna be awesome. And it is awesome. It's one of the most awesome experiences of your life, but it makes you like, as a mom, mom, at least, I don't know how it is as a dad, but as a mom, you get so nervous because you like want to be perfect for them. You want to make sure that everything's fine. You don't want them to get upset. You want to make sure that you can like make them feel better and all this different stuff. And it ends up like you think about it all the time and it goes around in your head and it makes you anxious. At least for me, I get a little bit anxious about it in the middle of the night. I'm like, is he okay? Like, is he breathing? There's all these different things that come with it. And it makes you go through your mind, like, am I going to be a good parent? Like, it's just crazy. All the things that once you have him and you get past like the 3 days of bliss where they're helping you in the hospital, it all's just like, whoa. And I'm in like D-Day of it. I'm in the first month. So it's just like all around me. And I get super heavy chest, super anxious, just hoping that I can be like the best that I can be. But on top of that, do everything that I need to do. And it's crazy. It has been crazy. I don't sleep very much. You don't sleep very much as a parent, especially in the beginning, so it's been wild, and it does make me nervous, but I think that I will be fine. How were you reacting when you saw Rook's face for the first time? Well, crazily, he had this thing. He came out, they're supposed to come out facing up, but he came out facing down, and then they had to flip him around, and which caused him to have this like huge rhinoceros thing on his head, which was shocking the first place. She told me before he actually fully came out. Another shocking thing was he was crying while he was still like halfway coming out, which doesn't happen with babies. Usually sometimes they don't cry until they're fully out. And then whenever I saw his face, I was just like, my doctor actually said that she wished that she could record it because I was just so like, just happy and like engulfed in him. I don't even know how to explain it. I was just like, oh my God, that just happened. There's my son. This is crazy. Like, it was the most wild experience of my life. Like, it was one of the craziest things I've ever experienced, and I am so glad that I got to experience that because it was just, I mean, my friends were there, my mom, Will, and my friend Jenny, and none of them were supposed to look down there. I told none of them to. They all did. They all did because they wanted to see it too, and they were all just like, oh my God. But for me, it was just amazing. What's the date when he was born? He was born May the 3rd, 2018. So that's his birthday. Put it on your calendar. That's Rook's birthday, May the 3rd. Will Rook and Simon become brothers? So since Simon is my son already and Rook is now my new son, yes, they are actually brothers. So I know I was 5 when I had Simon and now I'm 30 and I have Rook, but yes, they are brothers. Does Rook sleep next to you or his dad? So he currently sleeps next to me. He has like a little bassinet thing. And when they're, I think up for the first 4 months, they have to be like in the room or kind of close to where you are. So he currently is sleeping next to me, and sometimes he'll switch. We have another one on Will's side where he can sleep next to him. We have like a sound machine. We have all this different stuff. You try to like keep them feeling kind of like they were in the womb. Like, you want them to be, you know, very relaxed. You want them to hear that loud, you know, white noise and all the different stuff with it. So we have to keep him next to us. I think he can smell us and all that different stuff. And then at like 4 months, then you can try to start moving them to like the crib and doing the crib training and all that different kind of stuff. But he sleeps next to me. Will you stop uploading videos because you have to take care of Rook? So obviously I've stopped uploading a lot on different channels. I'm not gonna stop uploading on this channel. This one will usually have a daily video for the most part. As much as I possibly can. What I can do, the type of content I can do might vary, might change. This channel might become kind of like different than it was, but for the most part, I'm gonna keep uploading on this one. Fangs says, I don't know when I'll be able to upload on that again. It might happen in the future, it might not. And then FUTDRAFT, I'm gonna try my hardest with that one as well. But that one might become like a once a week vlog or a twice a week vlog channel, or I might even, like I said earlier, move that over to this channel. It just depends on what takes place. But for now, I will be uploading on this channel. What color are his eyes? So his eye color is kind of hard to tell right now. I mean, you know what it is right now. Every baby starts off with this like blue color, and he has a very nice blue color, but somehow in like the back of it, you can kind of see a little bit of what it might become, I feel like at least. And Will thinks that it's going to be brown, but whenever I see it, I see like a hint of green. So I think his eyes are blue for right now, but I'm seeing a hint of green because Will has green eyes. I have these hazel eyes. They're kind of like a green brown, and then our parents have like green and brown eyes. So I'm feeling like he's gonna have brown. His hair is like a little bit brown right here, and it kind of looks like a mullet. There's like a little mullet there, and then up top it's all blonde. So I have a feeling that that's gonna end up falling out and it's gonna be blonde like all the way around, but we'll have to wait and see how that happens. If you want, you can check him out. He has an Instagram. I actually have an Instagram for him. It's called I Am Rook JD, and I'll have a link to that in the description down below if you want to follow. You can see the pictures and the updates of him. Alright guys, so that's gonna be it for my Q&A for today. Like I said in the end of the last one, he actually has an Instagram. If you guys want to check it out, daily photos of him. It's usually for my friends and family, but I try to keep up with it just to see what's going on with him, what's going on with our life. So if you guys want to check that out, I'll have a link to that in the description down below. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you want to see like more Q&As, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. 1,000 likes would be awesome to congratulate the birth of my son Rook, which I really appreciate. You guys have been really nice about it, so I appreciate that, and y'all have been nice about my upload schedule and all that other kind of stuff. So thank you. About my I probably seem way more chill in these videos, and that's just because I'm just so out of it. Like, I'm so completely out of it. So thank you guys for sticking around, being awesome, watching this video. Thanks for watching, and until next time, see you guys later.